Hey yo, what's good? What's going on, everyone, everywhere? Look, you already know the deal. We back at it again. What another video, man. As you see here, we got our might base electric DPS, okay, for the single target. Of course, the boss fights, however you want to conclude that, alright? So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into this gear, man. You know the mods we rocking. I got the rifle because when you're might based, the rifle's the best weapon to go with all the weapon taps in between. All you gotta do is press triangle. Literally as your animation for your power move, your ability move is going. And when you press triangle and then go into the next ability move, it still fires a little grenade shot. Okay, I'll show you a little example of that here shortly. Oh, we got our head socket, got the circuit breaker. Come on now, we need that circuit breaker to come back faster and faster and faster. So a little 5%, easy choice. Next socket, escalating might. Come on now, we're might base. You're of course gonna rock this. Now back socket, I will recommend. I have my back socket as accelerate flush because I do heal. But for y'all, I'll recommend Berserker. Berserker is the way to go when it comes to this loadout in particular, especially single target. It's the best way to go about it, alright? You will actually dip down to that health pool range several times without even realizing it. Just trust me. Berserker is the way to go. Extra 10% increase of damage is phenomenal. Chest socket, penetrating strikes. Enough said, pretty much. If you don't believe me, check out City and Chill video. He explained it all, went over it all, a little breakdown. Core strength is cool, but penetrating strikes just does more. And even at a logical stance, it just makes sense. Come on, you're ignoring 2% of their defense. Like, yeah, 2% increase of your 100K is 102K, as opposed to they have 1,000,000. 2% of that, you know what I mean? That's, you can do it more, pretty much. Say the least. Legs, it really don't matter. You can put Spark Barrage if you want. Spark Barrage is probably the best leg socket mod ability that Electric have. Overcharge is cool, but Tesla Blast does more damage and is more just better. But Spark Barrage. Feet socket, dashing combos, but I would still recommend it just because if you are in close range, because we do use a tornado pool here, you're still able to proc it if you do press the melee button. For me, it's square because I'm playing PlayStation. So dash combo is the way to go. If not, just put Tumbling Master in there. Max damage heads, hand socket. That's just the way we do it. Now, as far as our artifacts, we got the transformation, we got the solar, and we got the strategist. Now I personally do switch out the strategist, you know, at select times for the dead game sector, or even Philosopher's Stone just for my orbital and my spot drop respectively. Another things I do run is the henchman, whatever the DLC you're doing for the 10% more damage. So Dark Knight content, you run the Bat Bots. Where's the other one? I think I have, yeah, the Ultraviolet Lanterns. They do a lot of damage. And Legion of Doom. That's what I have them on for primarily. As far as trinkets, you have, I use the Mother Box, just tier 3 pet, pretty much. Supply drop, orbital, and your buff trinket for your stats. Now, I do swap in, like I was saying, with the henchman, and go ahead and pretty much swap that out with the buff trinket just whenever I can remember, pretty much. Especially when I pop everything, that's a wonderful thing to do. Now you could throw in the OMAC trinket just for the extra 5% critical weapon attack chance that you will get when in this form. And it's one of the things where it's like, is it really worth it doing? Which it can be if you're looking for the best and most possible damage, utterly possible, then yeah, go ahead, put on the OMAC trinket. I recommend that you even switch up how your trinkets are placed, just so you have, like me, right, on my precision stuff, this is how my trinkets look, right? I have a tier 3 pet, a buff trinket, OMAC trinket, and then back up normally, right? And then once I use the backup, I know it's on cooldown. I don't have to worry about it. Then I'll go over and I'll probably put like this here and this here, so I can go like don't use it, and then go right back. So that's just a little thing that I do, but use it if you want. Pretty much use it if you want. It makes it very more efficient. You can still have everything out. You can definitely still use it, my base, but it's on you. Anyways, we spent enough time on that. Now we are single target, so we are going to use crypto. He's the best, especially boss single target ally in terms of damage in the game right now currently. And for our support, we're going to use Death Metal Batman and the Batman Who Laughs. Batman Who Laughs is pretty much standard. I pretty much always love using him. The only times I recommend that you probably don't use him is if maybe now with doing hallways, going Batman, especially if you have him leveled up, probably better off running him as opposed to Batman Who Laughs, just because Batman Who Laughs, you can only give 5% of your might, as opposed to just regular Batman is 10%. So that's an extra 5% right there increase, and that will even be better than you getting the additional sometimey 7% critical hit and attack chance. So yeah, that's on you. That's however you want to run it. But this is how I run it. I use these two, Cloak and the Snare and Luck of the Draw. Pretty much standard, pretty much your go-to setup in terms of DPS. You roll a lot more than you realize, and if you don't, for whatever reason, just go ahead, put a roll right there. You see that effect? Once you have that effect, then you got an increase, okay? There we go. Yep, it increased it. Now, in terms of my stats, these are a little bit increased because of that roll, and you still see the bats around me. But as you see, my might with the extra 10%, it is 163,500. Oh, well, now back to my regular. My regular is 152,745. For my precision is 58,609. I see my equip CR and whatnot. I do have the elite gear from the one event. I forgot what the event called. Save the Universe event. So that's what I'm rocking. And let's go to the spec. Sorry, I haven't been doing these in a minute, but bear with me. Spec, we got rifle. Only, I would say, if you are high in skill points like I am, over 600 or 500 even, then you can afford to spec into your weapon here, just so you can get the rifle mastery. This, as it says, increase your weapon attack damage. Okay, so just always nice to have your little rocket launcher burst here. That will do more damage. In terms of super speed, you don't need all this stuff, especially for single target. If you honestly just want to do pure single target, just get Tornado Pull and your super speed force, super speed, whatever it is for you, supersonic, your rock glide assist, etc., etc. If you do not have super speed as a movement mode, I can tell you an alternative that you can use as well. If you have enough skill points, once again, over 500, go ahead and get your Breakout Mastery. It's just a lovely thing to have. You never know, maybe the troll's struggling on power, maybe going through a phase in content where you're low on power, whatever the case may be, go ahead and just get this, all right? It's a lovely thing to have. Iconic powers, now I have all these because I was testing stuff out, but all you need is Robot Sidekick. And I recommend, if you have extra skill points, get Super Strength. Just because a 10% weaponization skill does slightly increase your weapon damage, but it's very barely noticeable. You won't really notice it, but it does help nonetheless. And then definitely get Heat Vision. The heck? Yo, this dude tripping. In terms of stat points, focus, super, 10% might. Can't really complain about that. Yeah, you 10% might here, but you're not doing all the weapon taps for that. That's a lot more weapon. Just get your power generation, get your power up, get your might, call it a day. You definitely get your critical hit, chance, then damage in that order. Dump everything in might power. Once you have everything dumped in might power, I recommend a even split between precision and health. Health just for more survivability, and if you have a buff troll, then you can get more might based off of your health. So that's definitely something you want to look out for, especially in elite content and stuff like that, where those kind of players are going to buff you in that instance. And just precision, just because your weapon taps, it just increased your general damage. Yeah. Now, in terms of our loadout, it's pretty straightforward, self-explanatory, and our rotation will follow from left to right, pretty much like all my loadouts work. Trying to make it easy as possible for y'all to go ahead and do this. Now, amplified heat vision, electrogenesis, tornado pool, ionic drain. I got the expert attune robot sidekick. We can use that normal robot sidekick too. It's on you, and circuit breaker. All right. Now, if you do not have tornado pool because you're not super speed, you can definitely go ahead and throw Tesla blast into the mix. Now, if you are fighting a boss that is, let's say, has a lot more ads, or there's multiple bosses, whatever the case may be, you can definitely throw Voltaic Blast into the mix. Voltaic Blast and Tesla Blast do roughly a very similar amount of damage. Tesla Blast does more damage. Obviously, of course, single target, but they roughly do the same amount. And Voltaic Blast takes a enormous lead over Tesla Blast if there's like 2 enemies in the mix, or even 3. Okay, so anything over 1, Voltaic Blast is the way to go. Now, Tornado Pool does still hit harder than Tesla Blast or Voltaic Blast, so definitely keep that in mind. And since we are going with a single target, mindset here, we're gonna go with Tornado Pool for the time being. Okay. Now, like I said, is left to right for the rotation. You're gonna do Amplify Heat Vision, or Electrogenesis, Tornado Pool, Ion Drain. Then we're gonna go back to Tornado Pool, and then Amplify Heat Vision, back to Tornado Pool. You're pretty much gonna alternate Tornado Pool after each move, and make sure Electrogenesis is up when possible. Okay. Now, on the Sarin target, I definitely normally hit, say 114. Look at that. Hit over 100K pretty consistently. Now, I do know there's the one in the back there that I also am hitting, so I'm trying to, not hit that. I'm still kind of hitting it. My apologies on that. Now, my damage numbers are, again, a little skewed because of it, but I would roughly, even on the single target, still hit around 100K. Pretty on average. On the high end, on the sparring target, that is, what was the highest? I think the highest I hit with pretty much everything was crit, and I had a very high, like 74% like crit chance or something like that. I hit 100 and what was it? I'll have to look back. Don't quote me. I know it was a little bit under or around the 120,000 per second mark. I think it was like 118 or 119,000 per second mark. But that was with everything critting, and I had the luck of draw thing going and the Death Metal Batman going as well. I had everything going at once. Now, I did not use any trinkets during that, nor supercharge or soda. So nothing like that. It was just I had the allies buffs hitting going for me. So definitely keep that in mind. But I will say, in terms of raids, I really, honestly, you can ask my homeboy right here in the group, JL Outlaw. He's even seen a first-hand account of it. Single target wise, when I'm doing raids, man, I've gone against Gadget's Precision, Gadget's Might, other Electricity Precision, Electricity Might, Rages. I went against Mental, Celestial, all kinds of powers, all kinds of power, hard light, whatever, man. Single target wise, in terms of boss damage, when we check leaderboard, I'm on top. Now overall damage, it might be skewed because since this build is so focused, since especially the loadout, it's so focused on single target damage, you will lose out on a little bit of the AoE damage, especially if like ads and whatnot come up. That's why I definitely say you can substitute Tornado Pull out with Voltaic Blast, but just know you will be losing some damage. And I can even show you that right here. Now, let's despawn him just so we can see the numbers. Now, Voltaic Blast was hit for his for base like 40,000. And let's say we even electrify them, hit a little bit harder. 42 right there. So you're seeing they both did not crit. And you're already seeing what? 3,000 more damage. Now, when they do crit, it gets even higher in terms of gaps. Okay, we got 94. Wait. Normally this is like over 100k pretty consistently. And content and whatnot. See, look. That crit for 94. Let's round at 95 even. Tornado Pull crit for 111,000. Come on now. Substantial more damage. That's what I said. Single target wise, it's the best build you can do. Now, if you're trying to do bosses and with the ads or multiple bosses and whatnot, go ahead, definitely use Voltaic Blast. You are missing out on some single target damage, but you're making up for it with AoE damage. Okay, so look, that's about all I got for y'all for this video right here for the might-based single target loadout, the boss killing machine, whatever you want to call it, honestly. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share the video out so more people that are electricity powered know about this loadout and build. They can try it out for themselves, put their own testament to it, whatever the case may be. Just be mindful, y'all. Little disclaimer, we are on a road to 1,000 subscribers. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It helps me out, helps the channel out, and just to let y'all know, helps yourself out as well, because when we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway of 10, you heard me right, 10 memberships to DCUO. Okay, there'll be 1 month memberships. I'll go out of my own pocket and go ahead and do that up for y'all, but you got to get me to 1,000 subscribers. All right, we're a little bit over halfway there, so let's keep on pushing, keep on tracking with that. And without further ado, y'all, hey, look, I appreciate y'all. I love everyone's love and support that y'all are showing me. Just let's keep going. Shalom.